in your Messy Pentecost bags there are some popcorn kernels, and if you want to cook them in the conventional way then that's absolutely fine. But if you're up for a challenge, then have a go at making this little popcorn maker. Now to do this, you will need 2 empty drinks cans, a hammer. I've got some cardboard here to protect the table in a little while when I do some hammering. A lighter, at least 4 tea lights, and you'll see why I've got a 5th shortly. Some scissors, a Sharpie, a craft knife, and a very fine screwdriver. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is mark up our tin cans where we're going to cut them. The first can is going to be the receptacle that we cook the popcorn in, and it's going to have a little chute. So on one of the sides I'm going to draw along around the top, down about halfway, across to the other side, back up to the rim and along, but I'm not going to meet all the way. So that's the first one. And then the second one is going to become the stand. So I'm going to about 2/3 up. I'm going to do a ring all the way around. So I'm just going to very slowly move the can. And then for this one, I'm actually going to chop this off first before I do the rest of the marking, so that you can see. This is where I need my sharp craft knife, just to get going, like that, and then I can swap the scissors and carry on snipping around. Careful because the edges are sharp. I'm going to draw a U shape there, and I'm going to cut that one out. Now these are sharp, so be careful of having established where that U shape is. I'm going to go exactly opposite and do my next U shape like that. Having cut the 2 U shapes out, I'm now going to do some little snips along the top on that side, and on the top on that side, and then I'm going to fold them in like that, and in like that. And I'm deliberately not folding them all the way down because I want it to hold this can like so in a minute. Let's go back and cut out the shoot on this one. So again, I'm going to use my craft knife to make the initial hole. Let's make that safe. And then get my scissors in to cut the rest like so. So up to there. Remember, you're not cutting out the whole of this square because you want it to lift like it's on a bit of a hinge. And there's that one. And then I'm going to ease it up like that. And there's your shoot, and I'm going to take off the corners like that so it's not quite so dangerous and quite so sharp. So that's the receptacle that you're going to put the popcorn in, and I'll show you what to do. Next, we need to prepare our tea lights, and you need to take them out of their cases. So here's ones that were done earlier. You need 3 out of their cases in total, and you need to make sure you have at least 1 case intact. We resorted to cutting out some of ours, and you'll see why I've got an extra tea light now, because I'm going to light it. That's it. And I'm going to bring in the cardboard to protect the table, and you can see we've already made 1 hole. And what we're going to do now is heat up our screwdriver in the flame so that we can make 2 more holes and have 3 holes in total. Like so. And then into these holes we are going to poke the wicks from our other tea lights. That one's lost its metal disc. I'll take the one from there. Am I going to be able to get that one out? Yeah. So I'll poke that one in there like that. Through there, whoop, like that, and I'll poke that one through there, like that. So that will mean that this candle burns with more heat, better for cooking our popcorn. And the last thing we need to prepare is the base of our tin can, and we need to use our hammer to bash out our base. And make it flat for the tea light to sit on. Now we get to the fun part. My candle with its extra wicks has been put back into its case, and I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to use a little candle that I found to light it because it's easier to get in there. If you have a long match, that might be easier as well. So they're burning. And then in my shoot, a little bit of ordinary vegetable oil gets poured in. You don't need much. And a small handful of popcorn kernels. And then we place our can above our flames. Oh, hopefully without putting them out like that. Now let's carefully place our can, and then it is a case of waiting. I can hear the oil bubbling. While we're waiting for it to pop, if you think about how the heat is helping to transform the hard popcorn kernels into something we'd like to eat, and we hope it's working in there, without heat, nothing would happen. And likewise, we can ask God to help us, and His power through the Holy Spirit can help us do more than we ever could alone. And I wonder, do you know of any stories from the Bible where God's power through the Holy Spirit is used by somebody to help someone else? I can hear stuff going on in there. Oh, there are some popcorn kernels in there. They just haven't popped out. Please bear in mind this is hot and will get hot, and treat it with respect. There we go, proof that it works. A piece of popcorn has popped out. Go on, Jess, does it taste good? She's shaking her head. Well, it's a bit of fun if nothing else.